Welcome back to another Twin Cap. We're going to be talking about Twin Peaks Season 2, Episode 10. Jake, we're nearly halfway through Season 2. What do you think?
Well, it seems like, we got the main mystery out of the way, quote unquote out of the way because Bob is still kind of at large, I think, but it feels like the show is like finding its stride and like really hitting the ground running with, like he's leaving, right? And it could for any other show this would be like the season finale. This would be how the show ends.
Yeah.
But then another FBI agent just walks in and he's like, you're gonna have to be suspended from the FBI. Sorry, Cooper." And it's like, whoa. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it feels like it's becoming like a whole different show.
Yeah, it feels like another season because this is basically where the episode in Twin Peaks where they stop looking back at Laura Palmer and everyone starts looking forward to like the Lodge, the supernatural forces and Endgame and Wyndham Earl, this new character, who we see. We finally I've been waiting for this guy to kind of pop back up, but I forgot where he came in. But don't
Mhm.
see much of him yet. He does tell that to Cooper, but he definitely feels like he's going to make a pretty big impact on the rest of the season. Did you feel that?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of seems melodramatic for melodramatic's sake a little bit. Like it would be hard to convince, like if this were a trial, it would be hard to convince a jury, I think, that like Cooper did anything wrong. You know what I mean? Like there was a local that was held captive in a brothel.
Yeah.
Of course you're gonna go, of course you're gonna cross, a border to get her out. It just doesn't, it's kind of like, what are we doing here? But
Yeah. Yeah.
makes for some good drama. And it facilitated, like, I really like Bobby's dad this past couple episodes because he's dropping some like surreal philosophical bangers. And then we wind up with the freaking, what seems like an alien invasion. So,
Yeah, the end was weird. Just jumping to that because he's with Major Briggs, begins talking about like a white lodge, and then Cooper's hit with like a
mhm.
extremely bright light. It looks like a beam from a UFO, and it does like seem that somebody was abducted or that Cooper's about to get abducted, and then it just ends and Briggs is gone. So who knows, right?
Yeah.
Like that. Who knows? Aliens seem the most likely, but probably not.
Do you remember?
I can't remember. No.
Man, it's crazy. It's turned into a really crazy show. But like that's the thing that's like the, at least as far as the action goes, like that's the thing that stands out in my mind. But there's a lot of like little stuff going on too. Like Josie comes back,
Yeah. And then Catherine
makes out
told.
with,
Oh, sorry, I cut you off.
you're good. There's a little bit of a delay in our
I know I
thing,
have
but
it too. I have it too, but I
it'll be
think
fun.
yeah, it should be fine. That also too, kid. You remember when Catherine told Truman she was rescued by the fire by an angel? Did you have any thoughts on that with like the religious, you know, symbols or anything like that? Did anything come to mind?
To be honest, I feel disappointed in myself because my religious studies like spider sense should have been tingling, but instead I just like, oh, you're capping. Like you just made that shit up.
Yeah.
I thought she was
Yeah.
just lying because I don't trust her.
Yeah, I don't trust her either, just after all she's done. Another good scene was Cooper or Audrey finally kind of acknowledging how they feel about each other, but um, it's still kind of back to square one because they know they can't do anything about it just because he's, an FBI agent and there's just weird stuff going into town. So that was kind of a moment that, I'm sure a lot of people were waiting for when they were watching it just because they've teased it so many times where she's been like in his room. There's been like some like chemistry that they've had. So that was kind of a good scene.
Yeah, it makes me uncomfortable because I'm like, bro, go talk in the lobby, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Get
Like,
out of the
get
room.
it out of the lobby. But it kind of felt also like they were burying the hatch a little bit with this episode on that because it felt very their conversation felt very definitive. And then the next time we see Audrey is when Bobby shows up to try to blackmail her dad, and she basically helps him, and then she flirts with him. Like this is a girl who's like very comfortable in her sexuality and she doesn't seem very insecure about this kind of thing or hesitant in any sort of way. She's just like, oh yeah, I'll flirt with this guy. I'll flirt with the danger.
What do you think
Like
about
that what
Ben?
she said, she's like, "Go get ice cream I like to lick." I was like, Audrey,
Yeah.
stop it.
No, I know. What do you think about that? So they are trying to blackmail Ben, but Ben seems like he genuinely wants redemption and wants to change, even though he kind of knows everybody will think he's crazy. Like, do you actually think he's wanting to change, kind of? Do you
Man,
trust
I don't
him?
know. No, not at all. I think he's a slimy bastards don't just go to jail for a couple nights and change their ways. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
Um, I don't trust Ben at all. And I like as much as I don't like Bobby either, because Bobby is a piece of shit. I kind of want Bobby to get Ben. You know?
Yeah.
Wait, so do you think that we're like I know there's a prequel movie coming up on the horizon, but are do we? Because to me, it doesn't feel like we're super done with Laura Palmer. Do you think we are?
No, no. She's always like a presence in the show, like no matter what. Even though the shift changes, it's still very much about her
Well, I don't
thematically.
know. Maybe I'm expecting too much of the narrative. Like projecting my questions onto the show, but like for instance, like Ben a few episodes ago was like, or I think Audrey was like, "Did you sleep with Laura?" And Ben is like, "I loved her," and it was just like, "What the fuck?" You know what I mean? So it just feels like so many dudes were head over heels for Laura. And it's like not just sleeping with Laura, but like head over heels for Laura, like loved her. You know what I mean? Bobby seems like the only dude who didn't love her. So for me, it just feels like there should be something more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's important too. I've told you this almost every time we've recorded, and I hope people watching don't get too annoyed. But it's important to remember too that from here till basically the end of season two, many people, I would say a lot of people consider this to be kind of a lower point in the entire series and show just because of some of the narratives they decide to go off on and some of the new characters. But you may love it, and some people still love it no matter what. I do know though for a fact if you do not like the next few episodes, everything is course corrected like 100% by the time we get to the prequel in season three, just because it does start to feel like they're trying to, I don't know if it's Lynch and Frost or if it's the studio pushing them to turn this into a 90s TV show, which is why it starts to feel a little funky. But like it just literally takes off once we get to the finale. And so don't like get too scared if things are starting to get kind of stupid for you. They might not again, but just you will be
Mhm.
okay. Like everything will be okay.
Yeah, this is I can tell that the show, like this episode in particular, like you can feel it. You know what I mean? Like you can feel the shift start to happen.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And it lasts for a few, like I said, I remember it being like 5 to 7 episodes or something like that. So we'll power through, and then once we get to kind of the end of this season, you'll be like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen in the prequel? And then you'll be like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen in the return? Like, what did he cook up 25 years later?
I think it's interesting that Josie came back when she did, and she
Hmm.
kind of seemed a little like she was beat up or something, or maybe like has been in the woods. Like she was a little, I think, a little dirty. So I wonder what the hell's going on there. 'Cause she was supposed to be going back to Hong Kong or some shit, and now she's back in Twin Peaks.
Yeah, and Catherine, and like other people, they're still scheming over Ghostwood. Like that is still a constant thing that is happening. Like with the backstabbing, and it's getting like a little bit old, like just a little bit because it's just
Hmm.
like figure it out, guys. You know what I mean? Like they just she's trying to go
Well,
to
not
Hong
just
Kong, but
figure
she's
it out, but
back.
also like like why is it so valuable? Like, how big is this fucking factory? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why do you want it so bad? Just go get another piece of land. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope there's some lore there,
Yeah.
but there might not be.
Yeah. Yeah. It's still good, but again, it's still good just because like Cooper's in it, like good character moments, even if you don't like kind of where some of the plot lines go. We're kind of, I guess, like I said, in the lowest point, so it only goes up from once we get through it. It gets even
Yeah,
better.
I mean, I'm still at like loving every second. So,
Yeah. Did you have anything else you wanted to talk about? Anything else that stood out in this episode to you?
mm, I don't think so. Oh, one other thing was when not Shelly, the older lady at the diner.
Oh, are you
What's
talking
her name?
about Ed's girl?
Ed's like, well, there's Ed's wife who's that's a whole thing where
Dude,
she's
we
like,
didn't talk about that. That was the weirdest part of the episode where she gets to go back to school. That was bizarre,
dude,
dude. That was
and
weird.
everybody's just kind of going along with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird. But I'm talking about the girl that the woman that Ed was cheating on his wife with.
Oh, I
She's
know who you're talking. Yeah,
Rashida
yeah.
Jones
I forgot her name. She was
in
with
real
Hank,
life.
kind of Hank's girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot her
Well,
name.
anyway,
Yeah.
she told her mom off. She was literally like, "I'm your daughter. You fucked my business over. Get the fuck out."
Yep.
And I was like, as someone with familial issues of my own, I was very proud of her in that scene because I was just like, yeah, sometimes you just gotta cut them off,
You're like,
You
let's
gotta get into some
go.
gangster shit sometimes.
Yeah. No, it was good. This was a packed episode. It went by quick, but definitely ends with a bang. Because you're like, what is this bright light? You know?
I'm about to watch the next episode right now. I hope you know.
No, same. I'm gonna go and watch it too. It's called Masked Ball. That's the next. I'm excited. It makes me think of Eyes Wide Shut, dude.
Masked Ball. That makes me think of Edgar Allan Poe, The Mask of Red Death.
Mm. Should be a good one, hopefully. I'm excited.
Right. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
we'll be back
uh,
tomorrow probably or the next day. We'll talk about season 2, episode 11, where we will be halfway through the series. We will catch y'all next time.